So they very skillfully made you and me hate our African identity, our African characteristics. And you know yourself that we have been a people who hated our African characteristics. We hated our hair. We hated the shape of our nose. We wanted one of those long dog-like noses, you know. Yeah. We hated the color of our skin. Hated the blood of Africa that was in our veins. And in hating our features and our skin and our blood, why we had to end up hating ourselves. And we hated ourselves. Our color became to us a chain. We felt that it was holding us back. Our color became to us like a prison, which we felt was keeping us confined, not letting us go this way or that way. And we felt that all of these restrictions were based solely upon our color, and the psychological reaction to that would have to be that as long as we felt imprisoned or chained or trapped by black skin, black features, and black blood, that skin and those features and that blood that was holding us back automatically had to become hateful to us. And it became hateful to us. It made us feel inferior. It made us feel inadequate. It made us feel helpless. And when we fell victim to this feeling of inadequacy or inferiority or helplessness, we turned to somebody else to show us the way. We didn't have confidence in another black man to show us the way, or black people to show us the way. In those days, we didn't. We didn't think a black man could do anything but play some horn, you know, some sound, and make you happy with some songs. And in that way, but in serious things, where our food, clothing, and shelter was concerned, and our education was concerned, we turned to the man. We never thought in terms of bringing these things into existence for ourselves. We never thought in terms of doing things for ourselves because we felt helpless. And what made us feel helpless was our hatred for ourselves. One of the things that
rudely interrupted.
Thing that's so miraculous about black people throughout the diaspora, that we have had the ability, despite those things, to arise, to grow.
He gotten my attention by talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome. In other words, this kind of humiliation
exactly.
and cruelty was there from the jump.
Absolutely.
How do you work that out?
Well,
even if things are a little better today, how do you get all of that pus out of your system that was put there when you were brought here as a slave?
Well, here's the thing that's so miraculous about black people throughout the diaspora, that we have had the ability, despite those things, to arise, to grow. But what I'm saying that we have to look at here is that you have people, for example, you know, when I look at my parents, and we've talked about that, your dad, and the kinds of struggles that they had, what they did have, even despite extreme discrimination. I mean, talking about lynchings, you know how bad it was. Yet there was a sense of, let's look at what was intact. There was a sense of community, a sense of family, a sense of collective identity, a sense of culture, if you will. And when we begin to see that deteriorate alongside, because you still have the oppression, you still have the institutionalized racism, you still have those things intact. Even Obama himself talked about it. Even our, the U.S. House of Representatives apologized for it. So we are clear that that's there. But without those factors that help us to be resilient, without those strengths that allow us to move forward in the face of even insurmountable obstacles, financially, materially, when you add those together, that's when you see the combustion that begins to destroy the person. So post-traumatic slave syndrome is alive and well. It is here. It is something that we have all dealt with, but now we have less supports to help us facilitate some growth and change around that. And it's, again, it becomes even worse in when there's a lack of goods that are available to people. So I'm saying that we are we're putting gasoline on it when you start adding the economics to it.
Okay.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Back again with Cassidra in the building. How you doing today, Cassidra? You doing all right?
I'm good. How are you, Forecast? I'm
I'm
good.
doing good. I'm doing good. Now I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
take up
Hope you
too
are.
much of it. I ain't gonna take up. You can hear me clear, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you clear. All right, we gonna say from now on, ain't gonna be no technical difficulties, so we good. So, and I'm not gonna take up too much of your time today. You know, I did have too much, but I'll skip some if I have to. You know, but like
That's
shouts
fine.
out to Nicole in the building too. By the way, shouts out to Nicole.
Welcome. Welcome.
But I'm glad that you could make time today, consider it because this
Absolutely.
I think this one is very important, right? Because we
Absolutely.
don't recognize, like, we don't know anything, you know, and there's a reason why we keep getting enslaved over and over. And I get it. People may not want to say like what I say. Y'all want it to be a little bit more watered down, but it just doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is why we keep being in the position that we in, you know. But anyway, Cassandra, let's just
We
go on with it. You wanted to say something before
we
we start though?
forgotten. Yeah, I do. We forgotten who we are. We forgotten. Just like Dr. Jury, what's her name? DeGuerre, right?
Joy
She
DeGruy,
just
yeah.
said it. She said it. We are not even around each other. We don't have anything to do with each other. We think we've made it. We're in white neighborhoods. We don't, have black friends now. We have all white friends. We think we're doing something. Just like the man said last week. He said, them Negroes, even though he was black, include himself as being a Negro. He thought he had made it. And most black folk think they've made it. We're worse off today than we were back in the 60s because we've not made no progress. Since King died, nothing has changed. We don't have our own schools. We don't have our own communities. We don't have our own banks. We don't have our own anything, hospitals. Knowing that we need the schools, the hospitals, institutions. We know we need those things, educational schools, those. But are we planning? Are we planning some of that stuff? Are we creating in those schools those safe places for our children? No, we have left them right in the hands of our oppressors. And how do we expect them to learn how to be free? How do we expect them? What do we expect them to learn? Absolutely nothing from them. And we fail to realize that. We put them and left them. And I rest.
Facts. Yeah, that's
I
all
hope you can
facts.
hear me okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope you
you
can hear
clear.
me
You
okay. 'Cause
clear.
I'm talking. Oh, can't talk last day.
Yeah, you clear. I hear you clear. Um, hopefully everybody else can hear you clear, and y'all can hear me clear.
Yeah, we can
So,
hear you.
all right, so let's go into it. So let me just we'll just play it and go through it as we talk about it.
Children about the psychopathically racist way of Europeans, but we've taught them to aspire to success behaving like Europeans.
Hold on, I'm my bad. I don't think it started at the beginning. Let me start it at the beginning.
Children about the psychopathically racist way of Europeans, but we've taught them to aspire to success behaving like Europeans. So you're having this, our children are getting slapped and knocked down because they don't understand who they're dealing with. They think that racism doesn't exist. So they're approaching it like they don't exist. And then the European response is a European and they don't understand. They'll get into an encounter with a cop and they'll think, oh, I'm a US citizen. And they don't understand. They're the target, they're the threat.
Everybody else knows who the enemies are. But we have this kind of thing that thou shalt not hold, whatever these scriptures are. But we really believe in that because we've had Baptist ministers since the days of the plantation, Methodist ministers. We've had ministers who have kept us in a prone position, kept us on our knees, but never did say that the Lord or Allah helps those who help themselves. So most of these people understand who their enemies are, but we do not understand that we're the most forgiving people. Don't you know if you ask the Catholics who their enemies are, they'll tell you they don't have to do any research. It doesn't matter where they are. They can immediately tell you that at 2 a.m. in the morning. Ask the Jews who the enemies are. They'll call them for you. Ask the Palestinians. Ask the Chinese. Ask the President of the United States. He'll tell you. But we believe we have no enemies. We believe we have no enemies. Because if we believe we had something, it means we'd have to fight. And some of us are not willing to do that. If we believe that we had some enemies, then it means that we would have to stand for something. This is the kind of thing. But one of the major reasons that black folks refuse to recognize that they're enemies of our progress and enemies of our people is because we are too busy looking for approval. We're too busy looking for acceptance from these people. We're too busy wanting, and no matter what you do, you're never really going to, in a white supremacist society, for people who brought you over here, who deem that you're inferior, you will never accept, you'll never receive their approval or acceptance, and that's why I don't know why you seek it. The only thing that we should have them doing is fearing us, not accepting or doing these type things. This is what it is. But some of us will say, if we act out, it will hurt our image. Oh, what will white folk think? See, the Japanese aren't looking for acceptance. They're looking for superiority. The Koreans are not looking for acceptance. They're looking for superiority. The Russians, none of these groups are looking for acceptance from these people except us. Because you can believe this. All of these groups that I've named, the minute they get their superiority, don't expect them to be sympathetic either. They'll treat you just like the Europeans did. So when you decide to call yourself third world and all mixed up in coalitions with these people, you better watch and guard carefully who you coalesce with.
Have not.
Uh-oh, Cassidra. Now that might have been a little bit too real for them. Because they feel like everybody is their enemy and all I got to do is love my way out of this. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I wait for you, because it's like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and I can say, who is your enemy? And you can tell me. But if a brother come on, wait, this the thing you gotta understand, brother, that the economy, who's the kind like come but anyway.
You are right. Enough said. I cannot say anything. That lady, who was that lady? Who was she? She said it all. She said it all. There's nothing else we can say because we don't even realize it. And then we talk, and they'll say, love is love. We can't help who we fall in love with. Love is love. It don't matter. What? It does. It does matter. That's why you ended up dead dating the other people. That's why you ended up on a tree dating the other people. That's why you end up dead by your white dog instead of a black one, dating those people. And then you don't see nothing wrong with it because you'll continue telling me love is love. It don't matter who we love. They don't hate us. They love us. I have white friends. What? That's how blinded we are. We'll call in who the Most High told us they were our enemies, but we'll call them friends and tell somebody, that's my best friend. But you won't ever hear her say that about you. But then when time comes for her to protect her best friend, she gonna turn on that best friend. Did we have a young man who was dating one of them? And I think he shot in the car because they were harassing him. And he turned around and shot one of them. And what did that white friend that he
Testified
had
against
said?
him.
She turned against him. She said, I didn't hear none of that, didn't she? You mean to tell me you was dating this boy and you ain't hear nothing of what was going on? She didn't even testify against some people. But this is your girlfriend, this your friend, your best friend. Ain't that what he said? That was his woman. But when it came down to it, what happened? She turned on him. And that's what they all do. They will never go against their own. Never. And when they do, they end up dead. Kyle Rittenhouse killed. He shot 3 of them because they was marching for black folks, black lives. 2 killed 2, shot 3, killed 2, right? And walked because they was off code. But this is what they do when their own is off code. They handle them. What do? Nothing. Candace Owens still breathing every day. Roland Martin still breathing every day. And I rest with that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. And even with that, they was like that. They called that white girl an N-word lover. Well, she ain't love N-words that much, I'll tell you. Because when she got on the joint, she was like, "Yeah, I don't remember none of that." And the boy, he was mixed himself, right? You know, he was a mulatto, but he found out that day, but
Yes,
he
he
was,
did. He found out.
they,
And it
hmm
cost him his life. Even
hmm
though they did what they did, they're never going to talk about what they have done. They're going to always point the finger at what that black boy did, not why he did it, not that he was being harassed, he was chased, his life was being put in because he protected himself against their dysfunctional behavior. And that's what they always do. No matter what they do to us, it's okay. But you better not say nothing. You better not hit back. You better not look at them funny because you're going to jail. Because it's not going to be about what they did to make you react. It's going to be about you self because you had the nerves and the balls to do it. And I rest.
yeah, man. And this young brother, he basically said the same thing, but just in young brother talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna play it just because we ain't gonna do too much cussing on this one. I'll try to. Well, I can. If it happens, it happens, y'all. But I'll skip it for right now. But I'll let this elderly woman, this black woman, speak.
No wonder my grandfather put a rifle in my hand when I was 8 years old. A 22 rifle taught me how to load it, how to clean it. He was preparing me, and that was 1959. Did you know?
Planning to publish your book? You could reach
America could ever sink so low. But look at here, motherfuckers. We've been here the whole motherfucking time. Been treated like shit on the bottom of your motherfucking shoe. Knowing full well, we didn't know, but we know now, white supremacy is a mental illness. It's a mental illness. And it's the cause of all the other mental illnesses. Pride goeth before a fall. I am not following no shit-stained motherfucker, because I gotta live up to somebody's image of how I'm supposed to behave when I'm being fucking raped and robbed. Look here, skank. Consonants, vowels, sounds, they not bullets. I am not impressed by no motherfucker scribbling some bullshit on a sign and getting thrown out. You, Nick, who you think you fooling with that bullshit? You don't care because you are a millionaire. This shit gonna burn to the ground. Y'all let it go too far. You let it, you Dems, you let it go too far. You never stood up. You put all this shit on the poor brown Democrats to save all the Democrats. You motherfucking Democrats fed President Obama to the damn dogs. He got the Jackie Robinson of treatment. Now America's in a shithole. Whoa, whoa. You talk about chickens coming home to roost. Yeah. I'm gonna give you this analogy. You do with it what you want. Let's say a man is in egg production, and he raises.
All right, I'm gonna stop here because she go on for like a few more minutes, but we ain't gonna play the whole thing. So, what you think about that,
She said
Cassidra?
it all. Okay,
Mm.
she said it all. She said it all. I cannot come behind her and say nothing. She said it all right there. She said it all. And I wish we would wake up. I wish, I'm telling you, what is it going to take for us to understand who we dealing with? We don't recognize who we dealing with. And then they use when you start fighting back and see their bull, their BS, we get blamed. we go to jail, we get punished. And that's why, and that's what they bred in us. If you hit back, you're going to jail. If you fight back, you're going to jail. If you look back, you're going to jail. And so what do? We hold out. They don't see us today. We hope and pray they don't slap the hell out you today. We hope and pray that they don't slap the hell out your children. We hope and pray that we don't make. And then once we get through that day, we say, oh my God, let's make it through another. And every day we holding our breath because we know what's coming. You and what you're going to do. And your thoughts are, oh my God, I hope they don't. Because what am I going to do? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. We won't even fight back. You seen that boy you had on show last week? The woman said, don't fight. That white woman was tearing his ass up. And what did he do? Nothing. A whole man took it without any Vaseline from a white woman. Really? Is that what we're doing now? And what about the woman that got 20, the man got 20-something, 37 years because his son was in a car wreck, right? And killed 4 white folk, I think it was, 4 white people. His dad got arrested. But how many black folk have Dylan Roof took out? Did his parents go to jail? How many people did Peyton take out in that grocery store? Did his parents go to jail? And we can go on and on and on. All these school shooters, did any of their parents go to jail? Not one. Not one. And some of them bought the guns, and the guns came from their houses. And not one white parent went to jail. This black boy, his dad, got 37 years because the little boy, was driving the car, and it belonged to the dad. And so the dad got 30. Makes sense. And I'm going to rest with that. I'm giving y'all something to think about. I'm giving y'all something. Your freaking friends, just like the little boy Anthony. You think they're not going to set him up? You think they're going to want to hear that these 2 brothers was bullied about them brothers to court? No, they going to set that brother up to be the worst thing ever. They going to make him look the worst they could. I seen a movie, 61 Street, right? Where the black boy was in jail and he was up for murder of a police officer, which he didn't do. That to pull it up. It's on Netflix. Pull it up. It's a series. When that boy was going to court, he had a black lawyer. Put up. Really made the jury see how they was going to portray him in the beginning. That if y'all can, when they catch that boy and his trial starts, the first thing that black lawyer said, he described him the way they wanted the jury to see this black boy. And it was the best trial ever. I'm telling you, it was so real. I ain't never seen no black movie that good. But I'm gonna rest with that. I don't want to go on and on. But you guys pull that movie up and see the 61st Street.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Shouts out to my brother Anthony in the building too. Appreciate you for coming through, my brother. And so I'll just play a second of this too, and then we'll go into what we're gonna talk about. How do you feel about Palestine? And how do you? Let me see. And shouts out to my brother in the building. I think this is my brother who sent me this one. Fuck white people. And they asked me, it's like, yo, how do you feel about Palestine? And how do you feel, man? Fuck Palestine. Fuck Gaza. How many people from Palestine got asked about the murders that's happening in Philly? How many people in Gaza got asked about the murders that's happening in Harlem? Why do we always get asked how do we feel about other people, but the other people never get asked how to... Yo, can you still hear it?
Nope, it went off.
All right, hold on, let's see. People that's in Philly, people in Cleveland, people in Ohio, people in Brooklyn, more kids. All right.
Okay, we can hear it.
You can hear it now, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what happened. Well, we had less to say. Well, I ain't even gonna bring up no technical. We passed all that.
It's died in Harlem last year and in Palestine. They'll try to erase that and make you feel, no, I'm not desensitized. I love black people. I love people who look like me. I'm not here to, what happened, master? Is we sick? Is we hurt balls? Right? I don't give a fuck what happens to them. We can't get into power until we stop caring about our oppressors more than we care about ourselves. That's slavery. We place more punishment on the word faggot than the word nigger. So now you say anti-Semitic. Well, how can I be anti-Semitic when y'all not even Jew? We're the real Jewish people. What God?
And listen, and that's the thing, right? And then they expect us, and you know who be working harder more than anybody else? Goddamn black men. We yes sir all damn day long, yes sir. But let another brother tell you something, you don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all don't want to ask me, right? Because I'm not. I'm gonna tell you the opposite. I'm gonna be like, yo, don't be like yes sir. You know what I'm saying? Be like fuck that, forget that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, right, like they expect us to be like, oh, well, yeah, if I just works hard and like boss gonna see how hard I work and he may give me an extra quota, you know what I'm saying? And I might even be able to go out on a Saturday night. I know my light bill is $200, and they expect you to be like, oh yeah, okay, because so many of us just sit there and do it. Like, how y'all not mad about that kind of stuff? Like, yo, I wish I could like burn all of it, you know it. Consider for, and then I want to show you this, consider, and then because I want to hear what you got to say, you know, and watch this.
Hey, yo, get the fuck out of his way then. Get out of his way. Hey, yo, get out of his way. Hey, yo, come on. Hey, yo, dip. Let's dip, just dip. Dip. You want me to 9? Yeah. Oh, all right, go ahead. Let's run it then. Go ahead, dude. Be dumb. Be dumb. Go ahead, Joe. Because all these black people standing around, anybody gonna step up? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all trying to gang up on him with a dog and shit? Do that to me. Yeah. Oh, all right. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave my brother alone. I don't know him. Yeah, what? Ain't nobody want to meet this 9, though. Oh, all right.
What you think about that, Cassidra?
Man, that made me the proudest mama ever. Man, I tell you, if black folk could stand up like that, we wouldn't be facing what we facing today. That's how we used to stand up back in my day. Well, we stood up like that. We stood up. But them crackers in the one black thing, all of us would have jumped him. But now, shit, you better not be by yourself, honey, and have one shoe. You better not honey, you be by yourself. You turn their head, won't say a word, won't say nothing. They sure won't. But let the white folks say something to you, and then you say something back to them. Then they all gang up on you to protect him. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it so many times where white folk get up in a brother's face and talk noise, just talk. The black man get tired. I've seen it. He get tired, and he start punching on a white dude, right? And then all the white people come to back him up to get him off the white dude. But they didn't say nothing while the white dude was running his mouth. They didn't say nothing because they was hoping and praying that Negro wasn't gonna say nothing. But then when they saw the black man saying something, now here they all come. But now it's just so sad. Sometimes we'll come, very seldom will we come to each other's rescue. Very seldom, very seldom. Like when we see the police stop a brother on the side of the road, we don't stop to help him. We keep going because we know we're gonna be next. You stop, you're gonna be next. They got you trained well, and I rest with that.
Well, yeah, and consider, and I was gonna show this later, but just to prove your point, watch this. Yo, check this out, right? Um,
Don't hit me! Don't hit me! What are you doing? Get off me! Get off me!
Yeah, cuz, come on, that's a female, bro.
is it a female Neanderthal, a wild
What are
female
you doing? Get off
Neanderthal?
me! Get off me!
Yeah, cuz, come on, that's a female, bro.
You see that in the home of the Neanderthal. The Neanderthals take up for each other. And the brother in the middle of the circle, like, hey, what's going on? I got to keep slinging this wild female Neanderthal away from me. And you see how they was like, hey, come on, that's a... They, I guess, I don't know how they... I guess they can tell each other apart. It's hard to tell them apart, the males from the female ones. But I guess they
But you
can do
see, you
that.
understand? They gonna always protect their own, no matter what. Have each other's back. Why don't we learn that from them? Why don't we learn that from them? You know, protect yourself. Just like I seen another ad that said something about we need to teach our babies what to say in school. Why do we have to do that? Get your babies away from them. Get your babies out of their school. Stop allowing them crackers to educate your children, and stop putting your children in danger every freaking day. Every day we put our kids in danger dealing with them crackers in their schools. And they gotta fight their way. Just like you fight on these jobs, your children are fighting at school. You think they're not fighting them crackers at school? They fighting the teachers, they fighting the principal, and they fighting other students. That's 3-on-1. Is that fair? But no, we leave our children in these dangerous situations. Just like Camilla Anthony, he had to come out of the situation fighting for his life. And now they're getting ready to put that boy in jail for life. I guarantee you. You think he gonna win that case? Even I'm gonna tell you what I would do if that was my child. I'd send him away. I'm gonna say it loud and clear. I would not let my child get the system, even though those boys was bullying him, and those boys have records. You think they will ever pull those records out? No. Really happened? No. They're gonna make Carmela Harris. They're gonna make that little Anthony boy look as bad. Already set it up for him to go to jail for killing that white boy. You think me as his parent would put him in that injustice system? Hell to the no. I really would not. I surely would not. I'd send him right to somewhere where he couldn't be. I'm just saying. Y'all read between the lines. I'm sorry. Something happened to your child. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna protect mine because I already know that this system that we have is not gonna protect that black baby. They didn't already put him under the jail even before the trial get here because they didn't put the worst judge on him of giving people a lot of time. That's why they did it. They said, okay, he might be out for now, but we're gonna get him. Just like they did with OJ. In the end, they ended up getting that brother for stealing his own merchandise. Somebody came in his house. He stole his merchandise back. He went to jail. Did the thief go to jail? I ain't hear nothing about the thief going to jail, did you? Oh, okay, I'm just saying. But I'm gonna rest with that.
My brother did 10 years for stealing his own football cards. That's crazy.
Exactly. His own stuff. But did the thief go to jail? I ain't hear nothing about the thief, did you? Oh, okay. I'm just wondering. I'm just saying.
Um, and it's just to prove another point of something else you just said again, considering, I'm like, you are a prophet. I'm starting to be a believer. Check it out, yo.
Siblings. This married couple, Sarah and Jennifer, adopted 6 black children and began abusing them almost immediately, and nothing was done to take these kids from their care. This actually happened near my hometown in Washington, which makes me extra pissed off. And also, Washington has a lot of white adoptive parents, and somebody should look into why, because something is happening up there. Police responded to multiple domestic violence calls from the house. In 2008, one of the kids claimed abuse, saying that one of the mothers hit him on the arm. The case was dismissed because the court was convinced that the child just fell. In 2011, they were taken to court again for domestic abuse, but this time she pled guilty and she was charged for this. One of their neighbors reported that the children would sneak over to their house in the middle of the night and beg for help and food and water because their parents were starving them to death. Another neighbor reported that the kids were acting very robotic, as if they were being extremely disciplined, as in they had to be told when they could go to the restroom, they would walk in single file lines, etc., like some real cult shit. When CPS finally decided that they were going to come check on the family, all they did was knock on the door. The agent that went reported that he thought that he saw somebody inside the house, but because nobody answered the door, they just turned around and went home. The very next day, the family was seen packing their SUV. And shortly after that, off the coast of California, They were found to have done an intentional unaliving of the entire family. Next time you feel like gaslighting adoptees trying to tell us that adoption is for unwanted babies to go to safe and loving families, remember stories like these exist and are not that rare. And then also remember that you can promptly go fuck yourself. Hey, remember this viral photo that Black people told y'all was staged? Well, did you know this is a transracial adoptee named Devontae Hart who was forced into doing this and then later unalived by his white adoptive family along with his 5 Black siblings?
All right. So yeah, what you think about that one, Cassidra?
It's true. Every time they get a hold of our children, what happened? Our kids get PT. That white actress who adopted them 2 Black South African boys. She's from South Africa. I don't know if the boys is from South Africa now, but she turned both of them Black boys into girls, both of them. Every time they get their hands on our children, just like the ones that they just found they was using them as slaves. They was renting them out to the neighbors. Somebody happened to tell, and they went to jail. But how long was they renting those kids out and treating them kids like crap for a while before somebody even told? Every time they either molesting them, they sleeping with them, they having sex with them, they eating the babies. Remember that? Don't y'all forget the Epstein list. Them people are not real. They are not real people. Those are demon seeds. But we don't care. We don't care. We'll tell them. We'll say, "Oh, at least they went to a nice, loving home." But that's not always the case. And most of these biracial babies will tell you, in the white side of the family, they went through hell on that side of the family. Hell. But what do? We still will say, at least they went to a nice family. How do you know that they treat them kids right? Because from my history, they've never treated Black kids right. They've always mistreated Black kids, always. So now all of a sudden we want to think that they were Robin Hood because they adopted a Black child. Yeah, we know with the Black child. What happened to the 16-year-old that slapped the teacher that had PTSD in that family? A white family adopted him. He slapped the teacher because the teacher took his game. That boy, he getting ready to get some time just for a slap. He didn't even kill the teacher. He getting ready to get some time. 16-year-old. But if you go with the history, they'll tell you what happened in that house with that boy. They was mistreating that baby. But we don't talk about that though, do we? Because every time we see a Black child being adopted by them demons, we'll always say, "Oh, at least he got adopted." No, bitch. Keep that child in the foster home or wherever they at. Because I guarantee you they're being treated better there than they are with their white family. And I'll rest with that.
Yeah. And that's why it is important, for us to, you know. But anyway, let's just go to the main topic. Shouts out to Raw in the building now. We do got to talk about this now, because we see it all the time,
Bitches
don't we?
are dead. All the white spouses alive. Telvin Osborne said he would rather F a dog than F a Black woman, but the dog gotta be white. Christian Obumsumi, whatever his last name is, did nothing but fetish over white women and degrade Black men and Black women. And Ashley Janae said ever since she was in the 3rd grade, she's been wanting to have mixed babies, and the Black men wake up every day and embarrass Black women. If you gonna date outside of your race, you are entitled to. But if you gonna disgrace your own people, delete it right now. Because the moment you get out of here, boy, they're gonna find it, boy. And they gonna disrespect you. The type of person that disrespects their own race, uplift another, is the worst type of person to me. But rest in peace to everybody involved.
Okay. And let's do this. All right.
Influencer from New Jersey, they want answers after authorities in East Africa announced Ashley Robinson died in Zanzibar this past weekend. The 31-year-old was there with her fiance. Police say she was found unconscious in her luxury villa and later was pronounced dead at a hospital. Jerika Duncan spoke to Robinson's parents in their very first network interview. Jerika, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Ashley Robinson, according to her family, was a light. She's the oldest of 6. She loved traveling the world. And they told me that they're very confused, honestly, by the lack of transparency about the investigation and the lack of communication from Robinson's fiance. For influencer Ashley Robinson, known to tens of thousands of her followers as Ashley Janae, a birthday trip to a tropical paradise was supposed to be the pinnacle of a lifestyle built on travel and exploration. It was here on the East African island of Zanzibar where her boyfriend Joe McCann dropped to one knee. On Monday, we spoke to Robinson's parents.
We both have had FaceTime conversations with her. She was showing us the
Engagement ring.
engagement ring and where they were. She was happy. It doesn't make any sense.
In the middle of celebrating her engagement to McCann,
Makes no sense,
days after
Cassidra.
her 31st birthday, police say Robinson was rushed to a local hospital after she was found unconscious and was later pronounced dead.
We found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Robinson's mother told another news outlet the couple had an argument so severe that hotel staff moved them into separate rooms. Investigators in Zanzibar announced Tuesday that McCann is being held for questioning. Authorities have also seized his passport pending the results of an autopsy.
Do you believe that Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
We don't know what went on.
What did she tell you her
This doesn't
dreams
make any
or goals
sense.
were for the future?
She believed that she was on the path of the the next chapter of her life and settling with
Doom,
someone
Cassidra.
who believes
Doom, I'm
don't
telling
know,
you.
but 2026, we don't know. He couldn't have did it. He was just too good.
Doomed.
They
It
engaged
was
for
Too
over.
much money,
you guys.
and he's gonna pay them officials off, and his ass is gonna walk. What I tell you.
No,
Even
Cassidra.
black folks, money talk and BS walk, baby. That money that boy got, he getting ready to pay them officials off. And next Monday, why see what I tell you? But you go ahead and keep thinking that their answers is safe. Go ahead and keep convincing your child that love is love. Keep on, you're gonna bury more of our black babies. Go ahead. Love is love, ain't it? That's love is love. He wouldn't dare do that to Ashley. Yeah, your baby dead today. And I guarantee you, where did the hanging come in at? I heard he was hanging. I heard she was hanging. Where the hell you hanging in a damn hotel room? But I guarantee you, he choked the hell out of her. But they separate. They said they had an argument. They separated them, right? But then she just all of a sudden was unconscious. She dead now. We're not getting the whole details forecast. You're not gonna tell me that he didn't choke her to death.
No, Cassidra,
But
I'm
so
not
I'm gonna
gonna
rest with
lie.
that.
We have all the details. Like, listen to how if this doesn't make all the sense in the world of how we got enslaved 3 times. Now here you have a pretty black girl who's a coon, who's a clone, bringing a white boy back into Africa just to get choked out and killed by him for the black police in Africa to help cover the white boy tracks up so he can
Yeah,
get away with
yeah,
it. You like,
yeah,
you know how messed up this
yeah.
whole thing is on every single level that could possibly be.
Every
You know what
single
I'm saying?
level. This is black have no nothing for each other. We got all the heat for each other, but we don't have no. We'll have nothing. We don't have no heat for them. Out here, oh shit, chill. His money gonna talk, baby. Trust that. Trust and believe what I. You gonna pay somebody off, and they gonna look the other way, and they gonna never get no justice. Watch and see what I tell you. Watch and see what I tell you. Y'all don't even understand what's going on over here. You ain't gonna believe. You are not gonna believe that they were saying that this girl was sacrificed. Where was he at? Tanzania. It's bad over there. It's bad, Tanzania. The witchcraft stuff and all that stuff. That's what they do. He lost $10 million the beginning of the year. That's what they're saying. He lost $10 million. Come over here, sacrificed her. They ain't gonna get his money back. Just watch. All you gotta do is watch and see the evidence. What's getting ready to happen with his life? He sacrificed an Israelite. That's a Hebrew right there. But you know what? We don't believe in that. We don't believe that. We think, oh, slavery didn't happen. We don't need black folk just dumb enough to say slavery didn't happen. That's just stupid. But we won't face the truth. We won't give him that heat. You gonna let him get away with murdering your sister for $1. And it ain't gonna be a whole lot. They may get him $5,000. They may give him 10,000. But he gonna walk. I guarantee you it. And I'm gonna rest with that. We're not even safe around our own. We can't even count on our own to keep us safe.
showing all 52. Everybody involved was showing all 52 teeth, and now
Right.
everybody
Just
messed
like the
up.
parents say, "I don't know. Oh no, oh no, oh no."
Mm-mm-mm.
Then what we worried about if her parents not worried? What we worried about? Her parents still say, "I don't know." Shoulders, didn't you? But okay, if he walk, right? All right, I'm resting.
Damn. Let's see.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashley took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar that said the investigation is still ongoing. Uh, um, that they have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
You heard that chili from
Oh,
TLC? When you get your white boy.
it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on and what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying. It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken?
The mystery surrounding the death of a social media influencer from New Jersey is deepening.
We just want the truth. We just want to know what happened.
Earlier this month, Ashley Robinson, better known as Ashley Janae, was on vacation with her boyfriend at a resort in Tanzania. Images posted online show her celebrating her 31st birthday and getting engaged to her boyfriend, 45-year-old Joseph McCann.
She was happy.
And a tiger is a
She FaceTimed me, showed me her
colonized
ring,
too.
said, "Papa, I'm happy."
But days later, local authorities say hotel guests reported a romantic conflict between the couple, prompting management to move McCann to a separate room. A few hours later, authorities say she was found unresponsive in her room by hotel staff.
I did receive a phone call from Joe. He told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital, and that he told me that she was stable.
After receiving treatment at 2 hospitals, Robinson was declared deceased. A hospital medical report suggesting she died by suicide, noting an unidentified mark around her neck. But Robinson's family not accepting that explanation. They want more information.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself like that. She was happy.
Authorities are still questioning McCann and confiscated his passport while they wait for the medical examiner's report. McCann has not responded to a request for comment. No arrest.
Yeah, you know what,
Well,
Cassidra, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say something that's real messed up. So
But
you want to
is
say
he
something?
in jail? Is he in jail? Are you
Should
waiting on
he
the
be?
autopsy? Is he in jail? You took his passport, so that means he's still on that island, enjoying his life, walking around free. You took his passport, but did you put him in jail to wait to get the results? No, because we all know what happened. Everybody fucking know what happened. Why are we acting like we don't? Because they didn't say it out their mouths. We waiting on white folk to tell us, yes, he murdered her. Are we really waiting on to hear that? Because you got some black folks that still believe that she didn't die. He didn't kill her. Just like the mama said, we don't know what happened. Okay, okay. You think you're gonna get the truth from him? It's only 2 people. It was 2 people in that fight, and one didn't come out of it. And you think the other one gonna tell you, yeah, I did choke her to death. Because they already said it was some unidentified marks on her neck. You can't see fingerprints. You don't see no thumbprint. You don't see no fingerprints on her neck. But that's okay. Go ahead. You don't believe it's 2026 yet. You don't believe it yet that these people are not people you need to be dating. Because you got some black girls still dating these white Neanderthals. Same with the men. It's both of them. Black, white, anything. She could be 500 pounds. You still a dater. She could be old as looking like a damn witch. Like you got one dating this old ass woman look like a damn witch. She old as hell, like sick, look like she 80, 90 years old. And he
She probably 22 though.
It's disgusting. Oh my God, it's disgusting. But I'm gonna rest with that.
Nah, yeah, no, I
We
said,
we have
hey.
forecast.
Hmm? What'd you say?
We in trouble. We are in trouble.
Oh yeah, we
When this
doing.
civil war start, a lot of black folk gonna die because they not after their asses. And oh, they coming, they hanging you already. And you won't even call it what it is. You say, oh, it's suicide. You hear black peace is suicide. Hell no, we don't hang ourselves. What the hell wrong with you? Because the medical examiner said it's suicide. It's
And go do it in Africa. Like go leave here and go hang yourself in
exactly,
Africa,
exactly,
in Tanzania.
exactly. She just got proposed to on this in this resort. It's supposed to be so expensive. You see a lot of white folk there. Black folk don't even go there. They can't afford it. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying. A lot of white folk go there. They cater to white folk in Africa. They cater to white folk. I swear they cater to white folk. We in trouble. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. And we don't even know it. We're gonna have a civil war. A lot of black folk not gonna be ready. Because ask how many black folk, 9 out of 10 don't have the candy bars. 9 out of 10 don't have their candy bars. Because 9 out of 10 don't have a passport either. Because they still don't understand the dangers they're in today. But I'm gonna rest with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Auntie Buffy, and this is what I deem as news. This is bad. Have y'all heard about Ashley Janae? She had a fiance, Joe McCain. They got engaged and they were in, I think, Tanzania, and she was found and he claimed she was found unalive and he claimed she hung herself. Black people don't do that. And listen, I know Ashley said some dumbass shit. Listen, but give her family grace. Their child has been unalived, right? Auntie never liked it when her nieces get with a white man and y'all act brand new and start putting down brothers. That ain't cute. Just like I don't like it when my nephews get with a white woman and put down sisters. And when I say nieces and nephews, I'm talking about y'all black asses. It's not necessary. Don't do that. Just say in general you found somebody that's good for you. Don't
Yeah, don't
don't
say
don't
that.
put down your race because of that. It's stupid. If all y'all was doing is talking about, well, you got a white husband. Well, I dated brothers. They didn't ask me to marry them. The white man did. Okay. What's additionally concerning is y'all have been DMing me all these other people who black women who married or were dating white men who also have died mysteriously, been unalive.
Mysteriously, quote unquote.
That's what the hell we need to figure out what's going on.
Mm.
That's not that's terrifying.
Oh, is it?
And you know, we need to figure out what's up.
So apparently, this sister doesn't know the danger she's in by, you know. Anyway, consider like I said, I was gonna say something probably mean that I probably shouldn't say, but I mean, we have the same smoke for when it's brothers. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I see a sister with a white boy, it is disgusting to me. It's like that's disgusting. Like, what are you doing? And it's the same thing with brothers, but we always got the smoke for the brothers, you know. And now she said, "Oh, mysteriously," and we got to figure out what's going on here. And oh yeah, I tried with the brother, but all right, that's why they keep sending you quote unquote mysterious stories about something happening, right? Because we can't ignore what be happening on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Um, let me see. Watch this.
White man and get you this soft life. Now y'all know I would never do no shit.
Let me see.
Get you a white man and get you this soft life. Now y'all know I would never do no shit like that. But that was Ashley Janae's theme. And that's like a new trend that I'm seeing. These black women that are in interracial relationships, they are promoting. I never date no black man. Get you a white man, get you a rich white man, and get you this soft life. Well, Ashley Janae could have potentially just met her own demise by this perceived soft life. Because although we don't know for a fact whether or not he killed her, it is looking very suspicious. The fact that they had to put them in separate rooms the night before she was found dead. The fact that I just saw a clip from the mom saying that she's had limited contact with him. Like, why are you not in the parent's face? This was supposed to be your wife. Why have you not either flown the mom to go be with her daughter, or why have you not flown the body back to have an independent autopsy report done? Like, it's just very suspicious. Oopsie, back to my last point, because while recording this video, I just saw that Ashley's parents launched a GoFundMe to help with the mounting financial pressures. Where is this white man? Where is this wealthy white man that was providing this so-called soft life? Why has he not helped with his fiance's financial matters in terms of transporting her body? Doesn't that seem suspicious to you? And the gag is, are black people even going to support this GoFundMe after Ashley was just bashing black men and got with this white man who looks like just killed her ass in Africa? Anyway, and Ashley is not committing no suicide on her birthday in Zanzibar, one of the most magical places in Africa. I've been there. This is one of my favorite places. As soon as you step on that soil, that beach, that energy, the people, the air, the weather, the just atmosphere, any ounce of depression that you might have had in your body, any suicidal thoughts that you might have thought you had are leaving you. But it is interesting how she met her demise in the motherland with a white man while bashing black men. It is very interesting and ironic. This should be a reality check for you black women that are thinking about adding milk to your coffee. Understand that white men are not an exception to the rule. That you may have went through your bullshit with the black man. That doesn't mean you ain't gonna go through your bullshit with the white man. Okay? A different type of bullshit at that.
All right. What you think, Cassidra?
Hey, she said it all. She said it all. And for him not to even say anything to the parents, for them to have to do a GoFundMe. Why did she have to need a GoFundMe? You marrying a millionaire. He's supposed to be all out. Man, what can I do? She killed herself. Hey, I'm gonna fly you out. Be all in the family's face. Nothing. Crickets. Is that normal behavior for a woman that you were so-called in love with, that you was getting ready to marry? You proposed to her on the island of her dreams. You did everything. You set everything up correctly. And now she gone. Where you at? Ghost. Does that sound normal to y'all? And the mama still talking about, I don't know if he did it or not. You know what? If you don't know, if you don't know, I don't know. Why are we making a big deal out of this if her damn parents will make a big deal out of it? What the hell we care? What the hell we care? She didn't like black folk, black men, dogged them out. If you dating outside your race, that's cool. Do you? But don't bring disrespect into it. Don't disrespect the black men. Don't disrespect the black woman. If you feel like Becky is your thing and that's your queen, that's your albino, that's your Neanderthal queen. I don't know if they have,
Your white
they all have.
dog.
Okay, exactly. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. We got you. But don't bring black folk up in that BS. Leave us alone. Keep our name out your mouth. If you have an issue with black men or black women, that's your problem. That's a your problem. But when you start talking bad about black men, black women, I got an issue with that. I have an issue with that. But you notice every time you see a black person doing that, they end up dead, don't they? Every freaking time. And by the one that you really have that heart for. They said he didn't have no pictures of her. One picture, she was so proud to be with that Neanderthal. She was so proud. She was so proud. That's so disgusting. But where's he at now? You dead by his hands. But we're gonna all act like we don't know what's going on. The numbers growing, the collection's growing for them white men who's killing up black women. That collection growing. And we still gonna sit here and act like we don't believe that he did that? Hell yeah, he did that. Who believe that he didn't on here? I got some land in Africa I want to tell you. Come on, we all know he did that. We all know it. We're not gonna sit up here and say we don't know. We know it. We can guarantee you it. Now you don't see, I didn't hear no rope. I didn't hear them talk about no rope being in the room. I didn't hear them talk about we heard that she hung herself, but with what? His hands? There was an object found around her neck. What object? What object? Why is the police so silent? And, why is the resort so quiet about this? But I'm gonna rest with this. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna rest with this.
It's disgusting. You know what, man? I don't know.
And it got the entire internet divided. Ashley Janae is an influencer who has went viral for her content around her interracial relationship. She's dating an older white guy as a young black woman, and that's something that people gravitated towards. People like other people who wish to be in their own interracial relationships.
People that mean other cool black girls.
Who would often flaunt the extravagant lifestyle that her white boyfriend was able to get for her. And from the outside looking in, they was the perfect couple, and she had it made. She was a young black girl in Miami who was able to bag a hedge fund manager. Her boyfriend was Joe McCann. He describes himself as a technology executive. He's a hedge fund manager. He owns his own company. So the dude had a lot of money. And from the outside looking in, he was taking care of her and giving her a lot of that money. Even though there was no evidence to the contrary that they was a loving, devoted couple who was committed to each other and loved each other, people always had a bad feeling about this guy, Joe McCann, and her comment section would actually prove that. Now, it's unclear if these are just people commenting because, they disagree with interracial relationships, or if they knew something that Ashley and the rest of us didn't know. About 18 weeks ago,
they actually had looked at the last 900, 2,000, 5,000, 7,000 years of history, and,
user commented under a picture of her and Joe, and they wrote, "He is going to harm you, get out." 19 weeks ago, another user commented under a picture of her and Joe, and they wrote, "What a dummy. He will kill you, one the slave owner." Now, this person don't really seem like they had any type of foresight or they knew any information about Joe. It just seems like hate.
He seemed like he had more foresight than anybody else here, you know what I'm saying, involved, because he at least knew that, he might not speak the king's English or the queen, whoever's English, properly enough for you, but he had enough
But
foresight to
that
know
happened
that
18 weeks ago. That was 18 weeks ago. These people were telling her, right? These people were telling her, we know what happened. We know what's going on. She not go. You have a lot of women that's from Africa that they're marrying these white guys and they're moving them to Europe, and they're treating them like shit. You guys, I've talked to African women who's gone through it. One lady got pregnant by one of the guys, and he has her baby, and her government, stepped in and allowed him to take the baby. They paid the government off. They allowed him to take the baby. The man is now saying that has told the baby that her mom is dead, right? This is what's going on. But they don't have support here. They don't have the support. The government is gonna back that money. I'm telling you, money talk over. I'm telling you, money is green. When I say money is green, money is green. When you're a country that act like you don't have it, you don't understand you do have, you're the richest country, you don't have to succumb to a lot of Western as trillionaires acting like homeless. You understand what I'm saying? Africa is the richest continent. Why is it the way it is? It shouldn't be. But that's the story of another day. But this is the saddest thing ever. She's 31. He was 45. Why would you want somebody that old anyway? That's 15 years older. You was proud. That money talked for her because that's what type of person she was. You can tell. She was about that money. She was going to stay in that relationship because of that money. And how many African women are staying in an abusive relationship with these European men? They grew up in you know, in the sticks with made up homes. And I'm not gonna call it a hut. I'm just saying, because you can are, you know, okay, but we have to understand these women, okay, without water, without a whole lot of stuff that you have in America, but they are succumbing and they are marrying and getting with to their European countries and treating them like nothing. I had one that I was following. I had to stop. It was coming on that crying, how bad it was. But she wasn't gonna leave because of her house, because of a car, because of things. Are you serious? You're gonna put yourself treating her crazy. I've seen different white guys on, on TikTok, and they doing these pranks. And this one guy it was horrible. Some of the stuff, and you see the comments, girl, leave him alone, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. Same thing. But they won't leave because that's crazy. But I'm gonna rest with that.
Yeah, facts, And I'll say this, and I'll play the rest of a little bit more of this because I want to show you a little bit more. But yo, when I said this, right, because people get what they get, but where I disagree with people at was letting now this white boy or this Neanderthal boy, now he's supposed to pay. That's a part of a system right now. When somebody harms us, now you put yourself in danger or whatever. I'm not saying that, because when people be like, yo, well, the clones get what they get. You know what I'm saying? Okay, fine. But now he committed a crime, and a part of a system that you're creating to protect who you are is anybody who commits a crime against that, what you stand for, they have to pay for the crime. You know what I'm saying? So now this Neanderthal boy must pay for the crimes that he did. Now she paid the price for her treasonous behavior. You know what I'm saying? So what can you say? But you keep inviting them in to where you invite them in to harm you, and it's crazy, and we be like, well, I don't get it, but and I want to
Which
play a little
obviously
bit
we can
more,
test
right?
and disavow completely. But people had a bad vibe about this dude, and people were expressing it to her, but it didn't really seem like she was too concerned. About a week and a half ago, Ashley and Joe went to this beautiful island in Africa.
Governor Abigail Spanberger said
turned 31 years old in Zanzibar, and she posted her birthday pictures on April 5th. Right? Again, it looks like she was very happy to be in Zanzibar. She was very happy to be turning 31. The caption for the post says, Chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be. She's feeding giraffes on her birthday. It looks like life couldn't get any much better for Ashley, which is why the internet is absolutely stunned to find out that after Ashley got engaged, after Ashley was feeding giraffes, after Ashley was talking about how life couldn't get any much better for her at this point, and that she's just turned 31 and she's exactly where she wants to be, after Ashley expressed how grateful she was for life, the internet was stunned to find out that Ashley was found dead shortly afterwards. And even more shocked that Joe was saying that Ashley self-deleted herself, that Ashley did it to herself and took her own life. A friend of Ashley named Savannah Britt would take to social media and say, we need justice from our friend Ashley Janae, who was found dead in her hotel in Tempe.
Somebody else that believe his story, because you cannot for a second get me to believe that this woman hung herself. If you have not seen the news yet.
All right, let's skip ahead because we
They don't speak, according to Joe, for a while. He comes back to say Joe McCann was staying in a luxury villa at the Zori. This is where the story takes a turn, and it turns into a gender war. So some black men are going back and finding her social media posts and conduct, and they're saying, hold on. Based off what we found belonging to Ashley, her death ain't our issue. It ain't our business. We is minding our business and staying out of it. I don't want to go as far as saying they're celebrating her death because of these posts, but they're not really too sad or showing any type of remorse or sympathy for her because of these posts. So one post, Ashley wrote, "Every day black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us." In another post, Ashley says that, that she's been wanting mixed kids since the third grade. She would write, "I've been saying since the third grade my children will be mixed. Laugh my A off." In another post, and this appears to be an Instagram comment, Ashley would write, "Oh, brother, I see 305 in your bio. Let's talk about all the Miami men, not the white ones, though." Again, she says, "Let's talk about all the Miami men, not white, beating their women still. Or is that too touchy? Go live your life while I live mine." In response to these posts resurfacing, one user says, "The woman that died explicitly excluded pink men from committing this kind of violence. That's the point." Somebody says, "Oh my damn." Somebody says, "It gets worse." Shaking my head. "This MF basically said white men don't beat or harm women. LOL. Couldn't believe my eyes when she said this." Shaking my head. Somebody says, "Yikes."
All right, you get the point now, Cassidra, because we don't want to do that. Now my thing is though, right now I still like that white boy got to pay, the white bitch got to pay, and all of them got to pay, right? They realize, like, even if the white girl, they make the white girl pay, right? But the Negro gets strung up on a tree. You know what I'm saying? You think you're getting away with it, boy? Like, now we as black men will be like, because I remember a brother asked me before, like, "Yo, what if we go back? We just gonna go back and check the accounts of every black person?" Like, well, that's why we'll never have justice, because like there is a system right now. You get your karma, right? You get what you get. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that there must be a consequence to harming any of us for whatever reason, because it's a system, not an individual thing. We can all disagree with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, look, it is what it is. We say this all the time. Like, the brother ran down the street and literally got charged and got in trouble and he ran full speed down the street, and they've been in the movie since, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, what you think about this though, Cassandra?
You know what? She hated black men. She hated her blackness. Period. To be honest, sometimes our parents are in on it. Okay. Her parents sat there and said, "I don't even know if he killed my daughter or not." What do you mean? I don't want to believe that he did harm to your daughter, who you were probably encouraging that relationship in the first place, because you were probably the man in the first place. We got to be honest about it. It's coming from somewhere. Okay. Moms, it's coming from our dads, it's coming from, a whole lot of African parents don't like black people, okay, to marry a white woman. That's verbatim out of their mouths. Okay, we have to understand what we're really dealing with. A lot of black folk don't like our children, we don't like us, we don't like our men, we don't like our women. We hate us because everybody else hate us. So we hate us. Period. And so we do. And we do a real good job at it. Candace Owens, all these black women marrying these white men talking about, I guarantee you Candace Owens is not as happy as you think she is. I guarantee you calling her all kind of niggas. I guarantee you it. I will never know it until something happens like this. It's gonna come out. It's hopefully when it comes to black women. We know the history when it comes to black people, right? So we're gonna sit up here and act like we really don't believe that this happened. Here and say, I don't know if we don't know yet. Really? I'd have been shouting it to the damn rooftop. Do you hear me? One now. I'm looking at one now. Black man, white woman, running down the street, just as happy as they want to be. Really?
Smiling.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at one right now. That's all you see here in Africa. You see white women, black men all the time. You see it. God, you know these people. You know their history. But they'll look at a white woman before they will a black woman. That's the saddest thing. I'm looking at one right now. This is proud. Seen one in the store. Had a little biracial, just the epitome of a husband. But you wouldn't do that for a black woman. But you'll come and do it for a white woman. Tell me what's going on. How you have these black white women, you'll do whatever. You walk in the park with them, you strolling down the street with your babies in the stroller. Talk about that one, okay? But I'm gonna rest my mic right now because I don't want to get off the subject. Because I
Well,
look
yeah,
at it
no.
every day.
Well, I'll say this, consider like without no arms, the safest person in the hood is probably a white bitch. You know what I'm saying? She could probably go jogging at 2 in the morning before I could in the hood. But you know what? I'm
Baby,
gonna
hold
skip.
on.
I'm gonna skip a couple things that it probably would have pissed
What's
you off,
up?
but um,
Go ahead.
I
Go.
want
We
you
got
to.
time. We got time. Come outside. We got time.
Okay, okay.
I had to leave the house.
All right. Well, so and I'm gonna stick to the topic, right? Because this is still at the end of the day, this is black people. Like no matter what happens to us, right now, if you look up with the title, I don't even know if I can even say it, but it just means you a failed coon. Like you a suck up, but you failed to get what you sucked up to get, you know what I'm saying? And you still lose every time, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that Negroes will do is to take up for everybody but self. Why? Because they may accept us, they may love us, or you might end up dead in a, and they label it a
Good
suicide,
evening,
you know.
everyone. This message, I am making it out to the African community in Ireland, and I'm making an appeal to every African person in Ireland.
Think you have to register your work with the
Oh, damn, my bad, y'all.
All of you that have been on my platform, all of you are aware of what's going on in this country at the moment in terms of not only the fuel protest, this is far beyond that, and this is something that's impacting all of us. The reason I'm making this appeal is because somebody said something to me today, and I even thought about it as I was driving home from the protests. Where are all the black people in this country? Where are all the people that claim they're the new Irish? Where are the people that say they love this country and we contribute to this country in a positive manner? Where are we to stand alongside the farmers and show our solidarity with the Irish people? This is one of the biggest opportunities that we're going to have to put a big mark in the middle of racism, to put a big mark in the middle of all because that's been placed upon black people in this country, that
We're
we don't
doomed.
that we're only here to take the benefits and not support the people and not add value. This is one of the biggest and most monumental times in the history of this country. Do not take it lightly. And as I've said to many people before, many of my friends in private conversations and in public, the best way you defeat racism is with unity, right? The best way you defeat all of the negative things that have been going on by those that are really racist within this country is to stand together with the Irish people. And what those farmers are doing in this country right now.
So recent.
What do you think about that? Because you standing with the Irish? Oh, see, are you still on there? Shouts out to William Bell in the building. Shouts out to Matron in the building. You ain't standing up with the Irish Matron. You still there, Cassandra? She might have fell off or something. I can't see it. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you now. Did you hear that?
I don't even know what to say. I have no comments. I don't. Without cussing him out.
Ain't standing with the
He
Irish
telling
with
black
him?
folks forecast. I just don't even. I ain't have nothing to say. I don't. That's stupidity. I'm not even commenting on stupidity. I still don't get it, and you still talking like that. Then that's a mental illness on your part. That's all I got. That's all I got to say. I don't have nothing else to say because it don't make. Because he has an accent, so he don't know no better. But I'm not even gonna say he don't know.
No damn well it'd be
If
like
you still
Ireland.
talking
He
like
ain't been there that long. It'd be like Ireland.
I'm just saying, 2026, you still talking that shit. telling black folk to come out and march with white folk. And dude, if you want to go out there, take your black ass out there. But we're not going. We're not marching no more. You want to fight? Let's fight. You want to do self? I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I'm done.
Well,
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to say.
I'll put it this way: the most loving person in the world, who talked about loving, they shot him in the face. So I don't know what you're gonna accomplish. So, but all right, I already showed this
We're gonna
one. All right.
accomplish the same thing we already accomplished. What did we accomplish since he died? Absolutely nothing. We have not done. We've not built nothing. We've not done nothing different, have we? So what's the problem? What do we think gonna happen? Even after you're gonna still have some sisters say, okay, well, that's not what we're talking about. We talking about white men right now. We trying to put some attention on. These men are fucking dangerous. You don't get it yet? You really still gonna argue with me about a black man? I'm done. You can date whoever you want to. After this right here, after seeing what happened to Ashley, if you still want to date them, love is love, go right ahead. Don't ask me to go fund nothing, because I'm not giving nothing. I'm not giving a damn. Because you should have had all that shit together, knowing how how bad you was talking about black folk. You think black, you'll be a damn fool if you do. I'm just saying. You'll be a damn fool if you do. Yes, I want him to pay. Yes, I want him to pay. But when you talk bad about our men, the way she disrespected our men, and then you want our men to go all out for her, they're not gonna do it, and I don't blame them. She men, nobody's perfect. Black women, black men, we have issues, yes, but we're not gonna sit up there and put that we're not gonna do, especially animals. But if you want to, me and mine, I'm not giving a damn. Not my problem. Not your problem. So sad. But that's what she wanted. That's who and died by his hands. But he gonna walk. He gonna get away with it. And this is the sad part that we have to really understand. Y'all taking a chance dating them dogs. Y'all taking a chance. Because if something happen, they white not say so. What they say goes. And he's going to walk. I guarantee you it. And I'll rest with that.
Yeah, facts. All right. And no, all right, consider check this out, right? This is for that brother who's standing up in Ireland. That's how they're gonna use him.
A lot of you ladies have been asking me where I got this. I always wanted one. Comes with accessories, so you can pick their hair. Nice body. Yep, that'll do.
Now, before I get into this real good, I know what you're thinking, right? She finna send this white lady to hell, ain't it? I know. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. When she pressed record, what was you thinking? This lady got you up here like you on an auction block and you just sat there and did it? Oh. I'm going to say this real slow for the ones in the back, okay? Sometimes your preference is your predator, okay? I'm going to leave that with you. My brother, please, if this video finds you, go on hell.
And by the way, they did used to do that kind of stuff on a slave block, you know what I'm saying, where they would grab your stuff and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They would actually do that all the time on the slave blocks and stuff. So it's like real, you know. So he might be next, Cassidra. I don't know. You want to
You
say
know what? He
something?
probably don't even care. They don't care when they murder. They don't care when their oppressors hurt them. They don't. This is how much they don't like themselves. Right here. This is the same. She literally is totally disrespecting him. And I remember seeing another one that was so hurtful. White woman. I think you showed it. and the kids, they're mixed. And she said something bad. The little girl said something. I can't remember what she said, but it was really bad at the time because I remember saying, "Oh my God, did that child really say that?" And the
It
mom
was
said,
like,
"What
yeah,
did
why
you
you so
say?"
black or something?
Yeah, something like that, right? I'm like looking at this, I'm like, this is how you let your child talk to you? Thing hurt so bad because I'm looking at him and I'm like, this is what you've raised. This girl has no respect for you because the mom don't have no. How do you expect the child to have respect for something that the mom has shown her over and over and over how to disrespect? How who'd she gonna end up with? Probably a white man. I'm just saying. And that same thinking will continue with her children because her dad didn't shut it down because he believes the same thing about himself. He didn't correct it because that's how he feels about himself.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What's the problem?
That's all right. So, I mean, I guess I could have skipped this one, but it's already up. So, these black women just minding their business with their
Own
group.
the park. Okay, that's fine. You didn't charge anybody to be here. But I didn't charge anybody to be here. That's for my stuff that they're using. That's what they're paying for. So mind your goddamn business. Take your ass home. I mean, do you want me to call all you guys? You call them. Take your ass home. You need to show respect, ma'am. I work with the CEO. This is not your property. Anybody said it's gone? We've been out here for 2 hours. But what's the problem? You and that girl with her own damn kids. What's the problem? You and that just camera. What's the problem? What's the problem?
All right. So yeah, you seen her just hating on that sister, and I guess I could have skipped that one, but I want you to see this one though, consider because there's no friends, no matter who you are.
An app called For Sale is used to buy and sell domestic workers alongside cars and TVs. The BBC team spoke to 57 users of For Sale who were selling their domestic workers online for thousands of pounds. Most women had no knowledge they were being advertised online and then sold. A new ad appears on For Sale. An African domestic worker for $3,800 US.
ألو مرحبا. كيفك؟ عم بتصل فيك بخصوص العاملة الأفريقية على فورسيل. أنا شارون شو بدك حلال ومشوشة. تطلب شيء وآدمية؟ في مجال شوفها أتعرف عليها أنا وزوجي هون هو هلا حدي عم نتصل فيك. حياكم الله. شكرا.
The undercover team get ready to meet the seller. First exit. Nothing could prepare them for what happens next.
تمام وأنت؟ والله العظيم ما كانت تستاهل. شوفي هذا بابا هذا ماما. اسمها اسمها عربي لأنها مسلمة. من غانا ولا من وين؟ أنا أنسى من كذا ما غانا غينا مدري شنو. من وين؟ غينيا. أوكي. خلينا ناخذ الخدم. بس طالما كان بالها بيت خفيف. قد إيه عمرك؟ ماما هذه ماما هذا بابا. قد إيه عمرك؟ أقول لكم الصدق اترك الأوراق. أقول لكم الصدق يعني عشان
We're shocked to find this woman offering to sell us a child. The young girl seems withdrawn and confused.
كلمة ويا ماما. Je vais te parler en français. Tu as quel âge? Combien? 16 ans. شكرا.
مسكين ايه حسيت انا شوي هيك شو انتيوز شوي هيك.
هلا هي بتستحي صوتها ما بيطلع بتستحي.
The policeman And the woman who tried to sell us Fatu did not provide us with a statement, and no legal action has been taken against them.
Why? Because who takes all the legal act? Who's supposed to take the legal action against them? Like we are, but we don't, And that's the thing. Everybody can do whatever they want to us at any given time, and we let people in and out of our. So we kissing and smiling up, and everybody except for each other. We don't have no type of respect for each other enough to hold up a system to where it's a punishable offense if you harm somebody black, especially because if they're especially because they're black, that means there's extra punishment that is involved. But there's always no punishment because guess who's supposed to be doing the punishment? If you go to Chinatown and do something to them, they're going to do something to you. Right? That's why you scared. And better not to, that you better not touch them. You know what I'm saying? Or there will be consequences. Right? You go to no matter how hard you are, you in their court systems and you be like, yes, sir, judge. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna be like, hey, well, you need to do that so you don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You better keep your eyes to the ground so that you can come back home at night. But nobody else has to worry about any kind of consequences. They can harm our children. They can harm us. Um, do whatever they want to our women because there is no consequences. You want to say something? If he's talking, you on mute. I don't know if she saying something.
First, I want to say,
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. Or if y'all can hear me. All right, she fell off. I think she having because remember she is in Africa or whatnot. Yo, it's the mentality though, of black people and the mindset that we have, man. And it's no wonder that we are in the position that we're in. If you're not willing to punish somebody who harms you, right? Because we think that, we have friends, right? We think that somebody can save us, it's this white savior complex. I call it the John Brown complex. But of course, John Brown is not real. But hopefully Cassidra will come right back and I'll play this because we about to wrap it up soon anyway. So I know she will want to have to say, she would definitely have something to say about this.
hey, everybody, it's CW here live from Freedom Makers Ranch, man. We tuning in. First, I want to say everybody here at Freedom Makers Ranch is safe. This past weekend, there was a drive-by done here. And, that's a result of the sheriff's lawlessness. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Other than that, how I'm feeling, you can imagine how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? But I gotta remain calm, man. I gotta stay calm, and I just gotta stay vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Of my surroundings, more now than ever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't crazy, y'all. Not by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? My suspicions are confirmed. You know what I mean? They trying to get me. You know what I'm saying? They really are. They have to try to get me. You know what I mean? We still farming. We still feeding the people. We still bringing people out to the ranch. But I want people to be vigilant when they come out here. You know what I mean? Fear has no home here. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that I gotta It's sad that I gotta live like this, man, and it's just, it's unfair. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking for help. You know what I mean? I'm asking for help. I'm asking for y'all out there to continue to pray for us, continue to show your support. You know what I mean? Continue to show up, continue to make those phone calls to the governor, the attorney general, whoever you think may, you know what I'm saying, make a difference. You know what I'm saying? We need to get in their ear. You know what I'm saying? And as to what's going on out here.
Please make the call. Gerhardt's goons are at it again. Gerhardt's goons are at it again. Farming while black in America. Farming while black in America.
All right, so yeah, I'll make the call to Sheriff Lucius.
Oh, I was just thinking that. Lucius, where you at? Lucius, where you at? I'm just saying, what are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Let me ask you a question. Is this worth the PTSD that you're getting? You've been going through this 5 years. They've been going through this 5 years, right? Forecast. Is it worth all the trauma that they're going through, all the stuff, the stress that they're putting on their bodies? I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would sell that farm to a Jewish family that's going to bring all that pedophilia out there. That's going to bring all that negativity. And I would get the hell out of America. I would come here and I would open up me a sheep farm. I would open up me a goat farm. I would open up and I would sell to the different stores here in Africa. I would get the hell out of America because guess what? We are at a point now to where somebody's gonna get hurt. And it ain't gonna be them white folk. I'm telling you, because guess what? The sheriff is on their side. The whole town is against 2 people. You fight the whole town. Is that really worth 1,000 acres of land? You could come here and get 1,000, do it in peace.
I think it's an echo. It might be on in your background on your phone or something. There's an echo.
Okay, let me see. Let me check. Okay, is that better?
Nah, I think
Can you hear me?
I hear you though.
Still not better? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk. Go ahead. Speak. Yeah, go ahead. Speak.
It's still an echo in the background. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Can you hear me? Is it an echo? Or am I?
Yeah, it's an echo. Go out and come back in.
Okay.
All right. Or maybe I got the echo because I still hear echo. So who knows? I don't know. I'm bad, y'all. But yeah, man, and she's right though. Dealing with it for 5 years. Yeah, I think I'm the one that had the echo the whole time. So I'm gonna let Cassidra come back on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just play some more of this. Wow, I go out.
There's Deputy Hancock there with El Paso County Sheriff's Department. That's the vehicle 8306. He has not provided any information as to whether there's anyone else in the vehicle at this time. State Patrol appears to be handling this stop here. Are you okay? You okay? State Patrol, where are you guys taking him?
So this is Warren. Okay. Go to El Paso County CJC, the Criminal Justice Detention Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is that located?
So that's on El Paso, South Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yep. So he's going to be going in there. He'll be processed.
Okay.
There is a bond on the warrant.
What's the bond?
Bond out. I believe it's $2,000.
Okay. Can I give him that cash now to take with him?
What, can I give it to you to give to him?
No, because that'll just end up in the system. So it's just better you hold on to it.
Okay.
Two
black ranch.
All right, yeah, my bad, y'all. I had it. It somehow was on my phone twice, so I don't know. It was my mic was coming through twice, but anyway, yeah. Hopefully, Cassidra could get back on here in a second. Okay, hold on. But yeah, man, that's the whole point of yeah, it's like what she was saying, you know, we been going through this for I don't know how long, but for some reason we want to be a part of somebody else's town. Like we are cool with being the only black people in these all white environments, and then we turn around and be like, oh man, I'm losing hope, y'all. I don't know what to do. I'm so sick and disgusted and I'm hurting and all type of stuff, you know. But the mentality that has to happen, that no, you have to learn how to speak their language, right? The only way that you can solve your problems is if you speak their language, right? And for you to do that, you have to understand, you know. All right, so you good, Cassandra? Can you hear me? All right, hold on. I think you still on mute if you on there. All right, you on here, Cassandra. You on mute though if you talking. All right, so man, but you know, the whole point is to understand who your enemies are, you know what I'm saying? And once you understand who your enemies are, first you got to understand who you are, you know, and to realize that we are all we got, man. We don't have nobody else, right? And the only way that we are going to get protection and to um
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, you good, you good. You got cut off. But I was just saying, right? The only way for us to understand, right? We must understand who we are, but we need to understand who our enemies are. We can't bring our enemy into our inner circle just for them to hurt us or kill us or destroy us because they don't have the same kind of loyalty as you do, right? When we try to even work with other people, we're like, well, fair is fair, right is right, wrong is wrong. No, like winning is winning and losing is losing. Being a slave is being a slave and being free is being free, right? You want to be in control of your own destiny or you're not, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we have to learn the relationship that we know we can have, but the relationship that we do have. But we fight so hard to be like, hey, this ain't right. We ain't a part of it. Well, they understand that. They're acting like they're supposed to act, you know. Maybe it was I don't know what it is, right? That makes us want to welcome the pale face in, but it leads to or try to go into the dens of the pale or the Neanderthal dens. But then you turn around and be shocked, you know what I'm saying? And the only way that you'll ever have, you know, consequences is if you make it be consequences, you know. But you wanted to say something about these ranchers. You was in the middle of what you were saying.
You know what? It's the saddest thing ever. It's the saddest thing because we don't see him protecting his family. We don't see him protecting. I mean, and I understand that he's in a very um, serious situation, right? You got the police against you. You got the whole town against you. You done fed these folks, right? You fed them during COVID. You still feed them. You still farming for them. You still giving them food. When are we going to get it? How much of this is really
going against his body, the stress, the PTS, all of this stuff. Your family looking at you like you can't protect them because the whole sheriff department is against these two people, right? Yes, people are coming to help, but how much really can we do? If we come down there, what can we do? We need Lucius. We really need some help. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, I would sell it all. I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting out of America, and I'm going to restart it somewhere else. Period. They're never going to have any peace because these crackers ain't going to let them have no peace. They're going to be on that land. Somebody's going to end up getting hurt. Either he going to jail or he going to die. I'm just saying, it's the only two ways for him out of this. Sell the land, get your money, get out of Dodge, and go build somewhere else. These crackers ain't going to let him have no peace. They got the law on their side. And the law is coming up with videos about them. Well, this happened. They set them up. They're doing all kind of stuff. But they're not talking about why they are at this point. What happened to get this family to this point? Why the retaliation? Because they never talk about that. They never talk about how the animals were poisoned. People on their property that was helping them come up dead. The property's being destroyed. They got this man on a felony charges because he had cameras out on his land that was pointing outward to see who was coming on his land, who was hurting his animals. They bringing him up on charges. What happened to you arresting the people that poisoned his animals? What happened to you arresting the man that murdered one of his workers? What happened to the people you arresting, the people that was vandalizing his property? What happened to you investigating to find out why is he saying what he's saying? Why is his animals coming up poisoned? Why is his land coming up terrorized? You understand what I'm saying? We're not putting no attention on the people that's doing it to him. They're putting all their attention on him when he does something back to them, when he reacts to what they're doing to him. This is crazy. Is it worth his peace? Is it worth his sanity? Is it worth is any of this worth it? I would say no. Sell that shit and get up out of there. Let them have it. Let them have it. Sell it to a Jewish family that's going to come in and that's going to colonize all their asses. Come in there and it's going to rebuild, put some casinos out there so you can take all the rest of their money. Sell it to a drug dealer. Just sell it. Get rid of it. But I would come up out of there because it's getting to a point now. It's been going on for 5 years. And it's not getting no better. Because they didn't tell you about when one of the workers or one of the people, the trespassers came into her house. She was in the shower. She came out the shower and the man was sitting in her house. They didn't talk about that, did they? This man could have done her some harm. He could have hurt her. Then they had her arrested. Ain't nobody got time for this. This is too much. It's too much. Sell the land and get out. That's what I would do. I'm just saying. And I rest with that. This is the saddest case, though.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. Sell it to
They're
a
not
Jew.
showing any
Funny.
attention on the people that's perpetrating harm on this family.
Man.
But go ahead, I rest with it.
Yeah. No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was just making sure we was all good. But yeah, no, I was like, yo, that was the funniest thing. Like, sell it to a Jew. That was funny. Sell the land to a Jew.
That's what I would do. I'd sell it to a Jew. Let him bring all the pedophilia in there. But sell it to a drug dealer. I'm just saying, sell it to a drug dealer. Let him go in there and drug them all. Get them all hooked. Seriously, that's what I would do. Sell all that land. It'd be a Jewish person that'll buy it.
Facts. That's facts though. But now check this out, Cassidra. So, because we get into the end part, we're gonna talk about something that's good. All right.
A local family is defending a man sitting in the Tarrant County Jail tonight after he allegedly shot another person last night in Fort Worth. They say he was not acting out of violence, but out of protection, after they claim the man approached girls in their neighborhood and tried to solicit them. 33-year-old Marcus Renfro is being held without bond as investigators work to piece together exactly what happened. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo joins us live and picks up the story from there. Vanya?
Hi, Casey. Yeah, we're hearing from the family of that man who explained why he allegedly shot someone in the groin and why they don't think he deserves to be in jail.
Our kids are safer now.
33-year-old Marcus Renfro is in the custody of Fort Worth police after being accused of shooting a man in the groin. His family claims he was protecting his nieces from a man allegedly soliciting them.
I see some commotion going on with my cousins and stuff.
Dontavius Williams says he knew something wasn't right.
And my little cousin, them telling me that the dude said, oh, come back and smoke some meth with me. You know, share some drugs.
The family saying
Now, who
this
smokes
is the
meth?
first time Fort Worth police say officers have been called to the 3700 block of Century Palace on Friday morning after receiving calls of a man possibly under the influence and soliciting children.
But we already been heard that certain dude been messing with other little kids around here.
That's when they say Renfro stepped in.
They exchanged some words. When Marcus was walking away, he just ran up on him like he was trying to approach him, like to hurt him in some way.
Police have not confirmed this version of the events. As officers arrived, they heard a gunshot.
And then he said something to Marcus, and then he turned around and Marcus shot him.
Redistricting is supposed to be when congressional districts.
Well, anyway, what you think about that one?
Well, I do believe that he was soliciting those kids. They didn't show the man's face, so he was probably white. I'm just saying, he was probably white. And he's going to be protected because I'm white. And I say, it doesn't matter what they do, as long as you don't protect your family, as long as you don't protect yourself, you're good. As long as you allow that white person to come in your family, in your home, your neighborhood, and do anything and everything they want to do, you're good. But when you fight back, then you're the problem. That's how they do it. They use a justice system against you when you don't have a justice system that will protect you, and you try to protect your family and your home, then you'll get the time. And it's on purpose. That's to make sure that you don't fight back ever, because you know that we're going to lock your ass up if you try, no matter what that person have done to you, no matter what. Now, even with that farmer, you'll see all the harassment. You'll have it. It's written. We see it. You got records, but they still won't do anything to those people that's been harassing them. It always comes back to them, the farmers. It always comes back to that black man and black woman. It's going to always come back on the black man if he tries to justify why he just shot a white person in his groin. And I guarantee you the person was white. We didn't see his face, did we? Because if it was a black man, they'd show his face, right? But I'm gonna rest with that. We got to do better, you guys. And that's the only way we get out of this is separating from them. We take your children out of their schools, have your own communities, your own hospital, your own everything. We don't have to live amongst them. Let's bring Lucius back. We have our own sheriff's department that's going to protect us like we're supposed to be, or our own defense team, some kind of defense team. But my thing is separation is key. That's it. No more dating outside your race. Leave them demons and devils alone. Love is not love, because you ain't have no business dating them anyway. But I'm going to rest with that.
No, all facts, you know. And listen, you know, just to go out, right? Just because, right, they like to call us monkeys, right? So next time they call you a monkey, show them this, right? This is what they do, right? This is how you're supposed to have them, right?
No,
If
please.
you want to have punishment.
Don't
This brother in Africa, like after he didn't kill the sister, this is what's supposed to happen.
Oh no. Oh.
See?
Oh, por favor.
When he's trying to get away, like, hey, let me pay you something. That was supposed to be the police response right there.
But this is what they do.
No, please.
The animal didn't do no justice.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been breathing.
Oh no.
See, this is what, you know, how the police was supposed to be holding that white boy.
Exactly. And this is the only way to handle him. That's the only way for him to get his last breath. That should have been it.
That's how they're supposed to be looking.
And we so busy trying to date them and be friends with them, calling them best friends. That's the saddest thing ever. You calling enemies your best friend because they smiled in your face, but all the time they what? Trying to take your place. Okay.
Facts. All right. So All right. Here you go.
You arguing with me like a bitch. Step up. That's what I thought. You a bitch. Step up then. Step up. Step up. Step right here. Step right here. What's up? Step right here. My bitch will knock you out. Watch out. Step up. Hey, man, you gotta quit talking about that. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? I just said beat you the
He
fuck
got
up.
scared quick.
I will beat you up and then I'll beat your nigga up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't want to link up with none of y'all niggas. I don't know y'all. But I'm telling you, you better know I know I'm never step on niggas. And I really step on shit. That's me. You guys don't mean nothing. The fuck up out here. Boy, y'all know me, boy. You a bitch too. Step out here. Come step in the street.
Rico, no, bro. Rico.
Why is it one Negro in the building though? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. We already know why.
Trying to be friends, ain't
it? Best friends.
What's up, nigga?
Best friends.
Hey, best friends right there.
It's not his best friend. What's going on with his teeth?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
What the hell? You had to put your mouth up in the camera for that?
But yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know why this brother is in the building. So I don't know. That was supposed to be positive. But brother, why is you there? Trying to be friends. Trying to be friends going wrong. You know. But all right, let's try this one.
No! Come on! Stop!
He got him! Man down.
Man
down.
Oh! Come on! No! Come on!
I want some no.
Stop!
He got him! Man down.
Okay. What you think about that one, Cassidra?
I love it, but why? What's going on? Why in the world do we gotta knock them out for them to leave us alone? Why can't they just go about their business? You know you can't fight. You know you're gonna get your ass beat. Why are you antagonizing that brother? He already mad. He already got built up. He already tired. Leave Black people alone. Period. But I love it. I might need to see that one again.
Yeah, one more time. He just spoke Neanderthal, that's all.
Come on!
He had to speak Neanderthal.
Come on!
Fluently.
Stop! He got him!
Man down.
Now, the thing is, though, Cassidra, when it comes to friends, though, we do have to realize that we are all we got. We don't have no friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, and no matter how much ass kissing you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look up what, whatever the title is, the failed, whatever, you will realize that means you're a kiss ass, you know what I'm saying? But you failed at kissing ass because the point of that is to get something from kissing ass, you know what I'm saying? But you, I guess, trying to get to be their friendship and their love, but you don't even get that, you know what I'm saying? So the only friends that you have, you know, is yourself, you
You
know.
get nothing. You get beat down.
You get
You get disrespected.
Raped.
And
killed.
That's it. Molested. Your children get molested.
Yeah.
Or eaten.
Miseducated.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh God. Yes.
Slapped. I don't know. You do get a loan for a car or a house or something. So the only friends you got is yourself, and the only way that there will be is if we understand that we always got.
Fuck out his way then. Get out his way. Hey yo, get out his way. Hey yo, come on. Hey yo, dip. Let's dip. Just dip. Dip. You want me to 9? Yeah. Oh, all right, go ahead. Let's run it then. Be dumb. Be dumb. Go ahead, Joe. Because all these black people standing around, anybody gonna step up? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all trying to gang up on him with a dog and shit? Get up free. Yeah. Oh, all right. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave my brother alone. Yeah, what? Ain't nobody want to meet this 9, though. Oh, all right.
They sure did not. They walked away pretty fast, you know. But nothing will change until we understand and teach our
Taught our
children, you know.
children about the psychopathically racist way of Europeans, but we've taught them to aspire to success behaving like Europeans. So you're having this, our children are getting slapped and knocked down because they don't understand who they're dealing with. They think that racism doesn't exist. So they're approaching it like they don't exist. And then the European response is a European and they don't understand. They'll get into an encounter with a cop and they'll think, oh, you know, I'm a US citizen. And they don't understand. They're the target. They're the threat.
You know, everybody else knows who the enemies are. But, you know, we have this kind of thing that thou shalt not hold, whatever these scriptures are. But, you know, we really believe in that because we've had Baptist ministers since the days of the plantation, Methodist ministers. We've had ministers.
You know what? I'll let her say that for the last words. You want to say something, Cassidra?
I'm loving it. I love it. I think she said it all. There's nothing else we can say. We got to do better. We have to start teaching our children how to fight racism, what to do about it. That's what I hear. But why do we have to teach our children that? Why can't we just get our children away from them, total separation, get them out of their schools? Because there's going to be more incidences to happen. But instead of us trying to teach our children what to do about those incidences, there won't be any if we remove our children from them. And people, we can't seem to understand that. Stop going to their medical hospitals. Stop going to their doctors. That's how we stop the murdering of Black women and children. Separate, get away from them. Take your children out their schools. That's how we stop what's going on in these schools. Miseducation and abuse of our babies. Stop allowing them to adopt our children. We need to have our own adoption agencies. If this child is going to be adopted out, it's going to be by a Black person, to a Black person. And then we're going to set it up to where we're checking on them faithfully. You understand what I'm saying? Because where we are right now, it's not helping. It's not. We got to do something different. What are we willing to do right now? Are we willing to do what this young lady said? Or are we not tired yet? Or are we not tired enough? Because, you know, those are our best friends. Let some of these Black folk tell you, I do better. I've done better with white folk than I have Black folk. I've heard that shit. Who? What? Seriously? Oh, I've heard that. I got a best friend. Ken, my best friend. Ken, my best friend. They'll do for me what my own Black brother ain't done for me. Haven't you heard that? What? Really? You lost. That's my, when they tell me that they've got white friends or a white person has treated them better, I'm like, that's one. What about the other million? What about the other 10 million that's in the world, that's stomping Black folk out, that's shooting Black folk, that's murdering Black folk? What about that? So when are we going to get serious enough to do something about this? Because we got Black folks say they woke. You're woke, but what you doing with your wokeness? Are you really woke? Are you making any changes? Are you separating from them? Are you creating your own schools, getting out of America? What are you doing with your wokeness? For me, I got out because I got tired of trying to beat the system myself. Got tired of trying to build my own table. And Black folk didn't want to sit at the table. Okay, then guess what? Here's the table if you want it. If not, I'm over here. Let me know when you get ready. And then I'll be ready to build with you. But until you get ready, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. And until we get tired and do that and say that, nothing is going to change. We shouldn't have to sit up here and force our babies and teach our babies about racism. We shouldn't have to sit up there and force them in these schools. But let me tell you, if the police stop you now, baby, you know you black, you a black man, you can't be making no sudden moves. Honey, your baby is dying without making no damn moves. Castro, for now, was in his car, told the officer, I have a gun. The officer shot him. He didn't move. He didn't make a move. He didn't have a weapon. He had a weapon in his car, but he was honest enough to tell the officer and still died. You got people dying every day, holding a brush in their hand or nothing. But we'll tell them, we have the nerves to tell them, well, let me teach you what to say when the police officer stop you. Bitch, no. Let me teach you how not to even let me get you out of that environment so I don't have to worry about a racist cop shooting you dead or stopping you for any reason because your tail light is out and you die because of a tail light. No. Let me help my child and take them out of their schools so a racist teacher won't be destroying their dreams by the time they're 5 or 6, telling them, oh, you'll make a good janitor. What? Is that what we're doing? Or you got LGBT flags hanging up all over. Is that what you want your child? Is this what we're teaching our children? Yes, that's what they're teaching your children. But we're okay with it. Why are we okay with dysfunction? We've taken on our captives, our colonizers' personalities. That's what happens when you're being held captive, held hostage by your enemies that you want to call friends. Because you got PTSD syndrome right now. You're dealing with some Willie Lynch stuff. Yes, Willie Lynch was real. Because I can prove it. Because you act just like him. Read the Willie Lynch letter and see aren't black people acting the same way that letter is describing. Black people act the same way. But I'm going to rest with that. I hope you guys are waking up. I hope you guys want to do something different. I hope you want to get to the point where you want to create your own schools. Buy up some land. And ain't no mixed race couples coming up in there. You buy up your land, you got black folk on black folk. Don't bring no black friends up there. Don't bring friends. Don't bring no white woman up in there. This is for black folk and black children. Period. But you know they'll go buy some land and bring a mixed family up in there. How's he black first married to a white woman? But I'm gonna rest with that. You go ahead. I'm gonna rest.
No, there ain't gonna be no vacations over here with no, where somebody end up messed up. So
okay.
Listen, sycophants, that is what it is. Sycophants. It means to kiss up or to, try to suck up or to be the yes man of somebody, right? Try to get somebody's acceptance by removing your own moral standards, right? Your own perspective on life by removing your own everything, your language, your identity, your last name. You don't know your last name, all in the name of trying to be down with somebody, and you still failed at that because you can't get no love. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't want a part of the money, we didn't want a part of the land, we just wanted to be loved and get love back, and we failed at that. So we're probably doomed, right? We'll be friends when it's inconvenience for them, but the minute it's your friendship is inconveniencing them, we'll see how much of a friend that you are. And shouts out to Matron in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Matron for sure, and listen, because like I said, the book that she's reading explains their mindset a whole lot. If you listen, they're sick. Shouts out to William Bell in the building. Appreciate you listening, my brother. Shouts out to Nicole in the building. I appreciate you for coming through. Much love to Nicole. Shouts out to Raw in the building. Appreciate you coming through, Raw. Shouts out to my brother Anthony. You already know my brother. And definitely I appreciate you, Cassidra, for making time for doing this,
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. And just for my last words, I'm gonna let the sister finish saying what she was saying. Damn it.
We couldn't hear it forecast.
All right, my bad.
But we really believe in that because we've had Baptist ministers since the days of the plantation, Methodist ministers. We've had ministers who have kept us in a prone.
All right, never mind then. I guess I should have let it play or whatever. So anyway, shouts out to y'all for listening. I appreciate it. And much love to you, Cassidra, all day. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.